I know this is embarrassing, but I sent this Hinge guy my Instagram, posted a coffee poll, and then watched him ignore it in real time.
Wait, the poll is not the weird part.
How is the poll not the weird part? He literally asked for my IG. Then I posted, East Austin coffee or downtown coffee, and he did not vote. No like, no reply, nothing.
Right, publicly nothing. But what changed after that?
I swapped my pinned post. It used to be a concert photo. I changed it to a running club picture because he had made this whole joke about being a Sunday morning runner.
And the timing? Say the timing, because that part matters.
The poll went up at 8:11. He did not touch it. I changed the pinned post at 8:44. Around 8:56, my profile signals jumped. Not huge, just enough that I noticed.
That still does not prove it was him.
I know, but come on. He asks for my IG, goes silent, then the one thing I change for him gets activity 12 minutes later.
It is a clue. It is not a name. A profile signal is not a signed confession.
That is exactly what drove me insane, because if he had just liked the story, I would have known what to do with it. But silence makes you start writing a Netflix limited series in your head.
Then you tested it, but in the least dramatic way possible.
The next afternoon, I moved the concert photo back. I did not post a story. I did not change my bio. I did not bait anyone. I just changed the pinned post back.
And?
Same thing. A quiet little profile movement window about 10 minutes later. No vote, no DM, no like. The moment with no content was louder than the poll.
That is the part people miss. They stare at story views because story views feel concrete. But sometimes the better signal is the route after the story, or after the profile surface changes.
So, what am I actually allowed to conclude? Because my brain wants to conclude, he came back and checked.
You can conclude that attention followed the pinned post change twice. You can say the profile had repeat activity around a public change. You cannot say Synapse AI named him, because that is not what safe profile intelligence does.
So, Synapse AI is not one of those sketchy apps that says, this exact person viewed you at 8:56.
No. If something promises that, run. Synapse AI is about IG profile visit signals, repeat visitor patterns, story-to-profile jumps, and timestamp clusters. It helps you see behavior. It does not hack Instagram or hand you a secret identity list.
That is less dramatic.
It is also more useful. Drama says, was it him? A pattern says, when I change this part of my profile, attention comes back. Those are different questions.
The worst part is, that actually made me calmer, because I stopped refreshing the story viewer list like a maniac.
Exactly. The goal is not to build a case file on one silent guy from Hinge. The goal is to stop pretending visible likes are the whole truth.
So the takeaway is, no vote does not always mean no curiosity. But a profile signal also does not mean, he wants me.
Yes, look for repeats. Look for timing. Look for what changed right before the activity. Then keep the boundary. Pattern, not proof.
I hate that the boring answer is the adult answer.
The boring answer saves you 3 hours of spiraling.
Search Google for Synapse AI Instagram if you want to understand your own IG profile signals.